Yo, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the New England Patriots and the top 5 reasons why I believe they will be back next season. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to be back winning Super Bowls like they were before when they had Tom Brady, but I think that they're definitely a team to watch for this season, a team that I think can be a dark horse to, really go somewhere in the playoffs this year. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reasons. Once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. For the first reason of the video, in no particular order, I want to talk about the rejuvenated, I believe, offense for the Patriots with new signings that they've brought in to bring a spark to a very stagnant offense last year. Signings of guys like Nelson Aguilar and Hunter Henry give the Patriots offense more weapons in the passing game and allows the Patriots offense to be more dynamic. I mean, look at last season. The only real weapon they had was an aging Julian Edelman, and they really didn't have any deep threats, which caused their offense to lack, in the air. A guy like Aguilar adds a much needed deep threat to the Patriots offense, which is something they obviously lacked last season. They also picked up talented veteran offensive lineman Trent Brown, who helped lead the team just a few years ago to the Super Bowl in 2018. Brown will be a key addition to an already strong offensive line that was one of the few bright spots in the rough 2020 season for the Patriots. Overall, I think these new acquisitions will be great for the Patriots, and I think will lead them to much more offensive production, which I think will result in plenty of added success for a team that already has a pretty solid defense. Second thing I want to talk about for why I think the Patriots will make a strong comeback next season is the overhaul they have made of the defensive front. Although the Patriots defense as a whole was a solid unit during the 2020 season, it had its issues, especially up front. The Patriots ranked 26th in the NFL in sacks and struggled to get pressure throughout the season. They also ranked 26th in rush defense, further proving that pretty much all of their problems on defense stemmed from the defensive front. This was obviously an issue that the Patriots made a point to address this offseason, as there has been a complete overhaul of the front seven. Signings of Henry Anderson, Montravius Adams, Matt Judon, and Kyle Van Noy, just to name a few, are expected to make an immediate impact in helping the Patriots up front. In addition to those signings, draft picks Christian Barmore and Ronnie Perkins should also be key boosts to the Patriots up front. It'll be interesting to see how these guys play, see if they can just add a spark to a Patriots front that didn't seem to have much energy next season. And hopefully for them, it will, and allow them to get pressure on the quarterbacks, which will overall improve the defense as a whole, a defense that is already solid in the back. Moving on to the third reason, and a reason that a lot of people say might see as an excuse or an overrated reason, but I think is something that has some value moving into the next season, something that I think will make a difference going into the next season, and that is fans being back in the stadium. At least, hopefully, they'll be back to full capacity, assuming that is true, and I think, we're all hoping that, that will happen. But I think looking at the team like the Patriots, looking at their fans and the way they play over the years, they're a team that uses the energy from the crowd and the buzz surrounding the games to really give them a boost. If you look at them last season, the Patriots pretty much played with no fans the whole season, and the team was lacking energy both offensively and defensively throughout the season. Looking at key players in the team too, like Cam Newton, Cam has always been a guy who's a high energy guy, and he uses the energy of the crowd to his advantage to create energy for himself and for his team. So I think in the 2021 season, once the fans come back to the stadium, that buzz returns to the stadium and allows the team to create energy from the fans. I think that will make a huge difference and will help the Patriots get that energy back that they obviously lacked in the 2020 season. For the next reason, which I think will be a very important reason and a big reason when we look at it at the end of next season, and I think that is the acquisition of Mac Jones. And not even Mac Jones' play on the field, but I think Mac Jones will bring out the very best of Cam Newton. So we've seen this strategy a lot over the history of the NFL draft, where teams would draft a quarterback early in the draft, not necessarily to use him right away, but to give competition to their starter, who might be a veteran, who might be lacking motivation, and that'll really bring the best out of him. I mean, look at what the Packers did, as I made my video earlier, with Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. They drafted Jordan Love. Very next season, Aaron Rodgers puts together an MVP season. So it can work. I think this will do the same for Cam Newton. Drafting Mac Jones in the first round really, I think, puts a target on Cam Newton's back. And we've seen how hard Cam Newton works throughout his career. Even last season, when he didn't have the best numbers or the best year, Cam Newton still was working every day. We saw his insane schedule, getting up at 4 a.m., working out all the time, studying, doing all that. So I think he'll really take it to the next level next season, and he's already been working a lot during the offseason that we've seen, and I think it'll really start to pay off for him this upcoming season. And I think a lot of that can come down to the competition that Mac Jones adds, and he knows that there's pressure on him now to really go out and get the job done. Last but not least, the fifth reason, and arguably one of the most important and will definitely be the most entertaining and interesting to watch, is I think Bill Belichick feels like he has something to prove this upcoming season. There was a lot of talk last season talking about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and everybody saying, oh, clearly now we know that it was all Brady, and maybe people questioning whether Bill Belichick, maybe he isn't, the great, amazing coach that everyone thought there was. Bill Belichick, obviously, he shows the persona, stone faced, doesn't look at any of that stuff, doesn't care. But obviously, some of that he's got to hear. And some of that, he's going to take and be like, all right, I'm ready. And I think we're going to see a motivated Bill Belichick. We're going to see stuff we've never seen before. And I think he's just going to be on a mission this season more than ever, just going at people. And I think we're going to see a Patriots team that is led with just confidence, led with just that attitude of, going in and killing whoever's in front of us. And I think that's what we're going to see all season. And I'm looking forward to see the type of Bill Belichick that we see next year leading the Patriots. And I think it's going to be very entertaining to see what he can lead this team to do. Yo, thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think the Patriots will do next season, if we'll see a new, rejuvenated, motivated Patriots team playing with energy again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for the support, like always, and until the next video, Godspeed.